Hello, friends of Komodo platform. Hello, pirates, friends of Pirate Chain, friends of Bitcoin, friends of crypto price charts. I'm E. Giuliano, and it is the 8th of November. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to share these crypto price charts with you. Bitcoin, look at some KMD price chart, check out the Pirate Chain price chart, and just take a quick look around. Weekly price candles closed yesterday. It's a Monday today. Yesterday was a Sunday. They closed. I'm here to share the screen, and I thank you for joining me. Hope you are going to get some value of some sorts from this video. Let's take a look firstly at Bitcoin, which has surged up to 66,000 levels. Incredible. What a move. So originally there was a thought maybe that could triangulate a bit more than this, but this was the extent of it before breaking higher. We had our first break of this downtrend line, and from there, it retested this level, and boom. So now we're just making it above the previous closing highs. So let's see where this closes today. We're not quite at the intraday highs of like 66.8 on 20th of October. And these are 3 strong candles in a row. Let's see if we backtest this 65,000 level for a closing candle, or like for the next day. I can imagine that'll happen. And yeah, because we haven't held this level, we came back down and came below it after previously piercing it. So I imagine there's going to need to be some consolidation. Maybe it's going to be above this price level. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be at the 65 level before making higher moves. And because, one reason I'm considering this is looking at this price action on the 4-hour time frame, it is lower than this one here. Just again, like we saw in the intraday action. So what does that mean? Well, there's definitely a good opportunity for some inverted liftoff potential, here, and go higher. Maybe it needs to come touch all the way down here, but maybe it just has the momentum to keep swinging higher. On the 4-hour time frame, it looks like we could spend a bit more time in the overbought territory before making some sort of divergence or whatever. We'll see. But for now, that's not what's happening. I get the sense that we're just getting started on this move here. We're gonna go higher. Let's look here. I'm guessing. Okay. So let's see. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, so, on this impulse here, we might be in short order making our way up to the 70,000 level. Okay, it feels like that's where it's going. It looks like that's where it's going to, and then, but maybe people are building longs here, long positions on margin, in which case maybe they need to get liquidated first. So yeah, we'll see what has to happen there, but either way, we're not quite out of this yet, but it's now or never before, to make it higher before we're going to just start turning down lower. But overall, it's definitely bullish. We are still in a very bullish stance, catching some nice support along this midline of this channel we've drawn. So that's pretty good, price action relating to previously outlined structures. Okay. So I don't know how we got to this level here, but maybe it's like that. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so there we have it. That's the Bitcoin price chart, and on a weekly time frame. On a weekly time frame, looks like we're ready to go higher. I think the 72 might just be an intermediate pause. It might even not be anything. It might just get blown right through. If you remember correctly, we got the 72,000 roughly from this move here, low to high, like that extension 1-to-1, but I get the sense that we might be hitting more in towards the 80s, high 80s, when I look at something more like this, where we maybe hit 1618, but 95. Yeah, my 95 could go right away here, but let's see what is happening here. Yeah, you know, 88 or 90 feels about right at this point. I guess it's just going to go straight up. Like once it shatters some longs, it's going to start going higher, and then just take out shorts along the way. People are going to put in their shorts until, you know, at certain levels, and it's probably going to wreck those people too. So yeah, Bitcoin looking to dominate. Either we're going to get, you know, another pause after these 3 green candles, and we'll start to wane the movement like this. But the overall sense is probably more so like, let's get a few more weeks of strong positive momentum here. Otherwise, it's downhill from here. So I don't get that sense. I think we're going to make bigger, you know, higher on the histogram, and then we'll start challenging these levels here on the histogram. I get the sense. And who knows if it'll be that high. Maybe it'll start to diverge, right? And we'll get some MACD bearish divergence as we reach towards the next significant peak, similar to this type of peak. All right, does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, we have some ways to go, but it's definitely shaping up. And what's happening, as you could probably tell, is that a bunch of altcoins are bleeding, or at least are suffering in their BTC price chart, and even a little bit in their dollar price chart, as everybody's interested in the Bitcoin price right now. And so, for example, on the Komodo price chart, we had a weekly candle closing. November 1st candle on the weekly price chart is a down candle. It's right here. Here is the, whoops, we didn't want to do that. Here is the candle right here. Okay, so yeah, this November 1st candle is bearish, it's breaking below these closing levels. And so on a line chart, it looks like that. You know, we're currently are breaking below, even lower than the previous low, but not quite this low here. So, oops. So one thing I wanted to note is the similarity between what we've got going on here. Let's go back to the candles for fun and get a better view of this. I want you to really take a close look at this chart here. Okay, and tell me if you notice any similarities between this structure here, okay, this structure here, okay, compared to this structure here, okay? In which case, these lows are progressively lower. So maybe we're still in the anger phase. We just got down from the high point to the low point, went up and coming back down, and maybe we're going even lower than the previous low, and that might correlate with the low from the first move. I mean, if that's the case, we might even be going even lower eventually. That's the KMD price chart. If it's following this type of Wall Street cheat sheet, then there is room for more pain here because we haven't gone below this low yet. But do you notice a similarity? Huh? Burn that into your mind. Okay. In which case, as long as there's still a market here, there will be some movement at some point, but we might need to, you know, wait a little bit as this price keeps bouncing around from here and makes its way lower before finding its new levels. But you know, the bias is still upward until we really break below significantly. So let's see here. Let's remove you because you are not for today. And so far, this closing low is looking lower than this closing low. However, there are intra-week lows here on the 28th of June candle, which are still lower. So, and then we are currently at this price level here. Okay, this price level here. So breaking down, and we are invalidating this uptrending kind of channel here. And you see as the price is moving below. So let's see on a weekly time frame what happens, but on a daily time frame, it's looking ugly. Definitely breaking below the low here. It is not looking like a good time, but I don't think we're going to end the candle here today. So we'll see what it ends at. But if this is just the beginning of a Bitcoin move up, then KMD is going to be testing the previous lows of 1,380, 1,400 Satoshis. And, 1,000 Satoshis is definitely in the cards at this point, as we still play within this downtrending resistance line. All right. We'll see though, bias is still to the upside, but the market can stay irrational longer than we can stay solvent. So that's where we are currently on the KMD price chart. And we're not getting any help from the MACD at this point. So a little bearish in the short run here, but this could, yeah, it just all depends on how Bitcoin is going to play at this current time. Is it going to go on a huge fast run? Then we're not in a good position for that in terms of keeping higher lows. That doesn't look likely, but we'll see. We'll see. We don't know exactly where it's going to go, but overall, in terms of this small part of the market cycle right here, as its own cycle of low to high to low, we are going to get to the point where it will come back up. Okay, it's going to happen. Is the high going to be higher than this level though on the new high? That's a big question. We will find out. KMD price has been in a long-term downtrend, so we don't know when is the turnaround to return to a longer-term uptrend, or if that's even a thing. The bias is, yes, there will be, because it is a price chart with anticipated longevity. And so this market has, dumped quite a bit, quite a lot, in fact, and is eventually going to return. That's what markets do. Again, they can just stay irrational longer than we can stay solvent. All right, on a weekly time frame, it looks like, we could be soon closing out this negative momentum and move into some more positive momentum, and eventually it'll be a significantly positive move. That's just the overall trajectory on the weekly is up until we start kind of invalidating this and having much bigger negative momentum compared to positive momentums. So that's the MACD telling us potential, movements going forward. Okay, so that's it for the KMD chart right now. All of these charts here, look, even the Pirate Chain chart back below 3,000 Satoshis level. So what has happened here on the weekly? Well, at least we got a green candle for the November 1st weekly candle. So we got this green candle right here, big wick, but the body of the candle is still smaller than the body of the October 25 candle here, 25 October candle. So it was not engulfing that candle. And now we are on the daily. It looks like we are retesting these levels again. Let's see. Indeed, we retest them on the daily. So here's the danger, right? We moved up, test the Bollinger Band top, now coming back down below the 20 period moving average. And, as we get to the bottom here, if we don't bounce off of it, and, even if we do bounce off of it and get rejected at the 20, looks like it could be a stronger move down. And in which case, here comes that, where is it? 1,300 Satoshis level, and even down towards 1,000. So that's definitely at a critical point here on the Pirate Chain price chart. Definitely need to bounce back up. Otherwise, this will turn out, this thing here, this move up will turn out to be the same as this kind of move up here, okay? Where We just did not get any follow through. Oops, did not get any follow through after a bit of a relief pump. No follow through, rejection at these type of levels here, and then further dump. We'll see. It has taken 4 candles though, and we haven't quite broken these lows. So we'll see. We'll see what BTC does right now. Maybe it'll pause for a moment and give some alts some chance to recalibrate, but I don't think so. At this time here, it looks like BTC is just so ready to run. But then again, that could be the thing. People are building longs, and then boom, you get shorted again, and or whatever, you get your longs liquidated, and the price comes tumbling down. Doesn't have to tumble down super far, for it to be anything significant. It might just need to go to 65, maybe down to 63.5, you know, something like that. Might even play back down towards the 61 level. Totally could play around like that, depending on what's going on. But at this point, it's not even overbought on the weekly. On the daily, not even either. So, you know, maybe we get a little bit of rest here, not breaking through this level just yet. But maybe we do. Maybe we're just like ready to go into a higher territory first. I'll suffer a bit intraday, and then we come back out of it. Let's see. We'll see what happens. I get the sense that maybe today, as the day comes to a close, there could be, because we're near the end of the day. We have you know, a couple hours left. So I get the sense there could be fluctuations going in towards the end of the day. So we'll see what happens. But that's about that. All right. So that's the KMD and the Pirate Chain price charts against BTC as well, and BTC against USD. And from there, we are looking at just a couple of the other crypto price charts we've been looking at here. Origin Trail, oh, it's back at 3,500 Satoshis, but it was much higher. So definitely going through a corrective mode here in this range. So yeah, just pay attention. It could be an intermediate correction, go higher, and then keep coming back. But I think we've reached a good level to just wait a little bit and see what's going to happen. Especially, this is the TRAC BTC chart. So especially if BTC is going to pump, I don't know how hard TRAC is going to pump along with it against BTC. It might just consolidate further down as the dollar price kind of stays where it wants to be. Okay, so that's the Origin Trail price chart. When we look at the line chart, this is a daily. It looks like there could be more, but it also looks like this could be towards the end. Like how much more? It doesn't look like it would be that much significant anyway. And when we look at the candles, we've already got moves up into the 5,000, and now we're down into the 3,500. So we are. It feels like we are correcting here. It looks like we are correcting. On a weekly though, we want to take this weekly candle. This is the 3rd green weekly candle in a row, 1st of November. What a strong weekly candle it was. Breaking and closing above previous all-time high closings, and intra-week much higher than previously. So now the price is fighting with the previous all-time high closing. So that seems about right. Basically testing, retesting this area, this breakout area. So yeah, patience, and I guess we will be going higher eventually. Yeah, so stick around and we'll keep watching for that. Okay. For all I know, this thing could be ready to pump any week, you know, maybe next week or two. But on the weekly, it definitely says wait. Daily is what really confirms that. And on the 4-hour time frame, this is a nice flat. You know, if this is the end of the move, and we're making just a correction like this, that shows a lot of strength in the price. I wouldn't be surprised if it does pull off one of these type of moves, and then, you know, does its thing and eventually goes higher. But it could also just pull one of these actions here. I don't know. I don't think it's going to lower than like 2,300 or something like that. I do believe this is part of a bigger uptrend. So, yep, that's the idea. 4-hour time frame. Okay, so that's the origin trail. And then on top of that, I would like to just take a look. XYO dumped again, so it like looked like a double topped. Yeah, there's the XYO on the daily. Solid double topping, even though the closing price was higher. And on the weekly, it looks like there's still potential if it wants to move higher on a longer term time frame in a bigger degree. Then there you have it. It does have the potential, but this is just a weird topping right here. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot of green. It's been very positive for a while. This is a weekly time frame. Yeah, I get the sense that yes, there's definitely some divergence here, bearish divergence. Because even if the price levels are same, the RSI is decreasing. However, the only saving grace is that this wick price is just a bit lower than this one, but really, I mean, I don't think so. I get the sense that this is some overall bearish divergence. Doesn't mean it's going to drop down all the way down to these levels. It might just drop to this, 500-600 level. So, but that's what it is, or it'll be proper flat and down to here, 500 level. Okay, that's the idea on XYO BTC. I think that's it for now, just to recognize the power of Bitcoin and what it's doing to the alts. ADA BTC is hovering in the 3177, 3100 level. So even though it's also on a weekly moving down against Bitcoin, it is looking like it's pausing. So I'm getting the sense we are ready for some rally in Cardano against BTC. I just get that sense, and I think that the 3,800 Satoshis level is a good resistance here. It might even make it up to the 4,600 level, which from this range here would be about either 20-25% or all the way up to 50% move could be seen on Cardano. That's if we're not dumping further, obviously down towards the 2,300, 2,500 Satoshis level, which is also possible. All right. Yeah, don't be surprised if we come test this 2,500 level. That's the other option here on the Cardano price chart. All right. And that's it for now. Yeah, I'm done. Hope you are doing well. We'll leave with this Shiba Inu chart against USDT. Correction is ongoing, and so far has been about 50% of the move and hovering above the 38%. So there's still potential there, but we are working with a downtrend line. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's it for now. Goodbye. Wishing you all the love, peace, and happiness you so desire. All you DERO fans calling out for some DERO price chart. Here it is, continuing on the daily to make lower highs. Okay, but we have made some higher lows here, 7th and 8th of November. We'll see. That might just be intermediate though. If not, then here it is. Then here is the correction, and we're starting to build a base, new lows here, which parallels or which relates with this price action here and this type of resistance support here. Okay, but yeah, I don't think so. I think we keep going further down. That just seems to be the sense that I'm getting. Although this channel, yeah, see, we're like still in this channel, even though we tried to break it a couple of times, it's still within here. And I'm going to get, well, we're still within this upward too. I'm going to leave it for now as this. I'm going to get rid of you. And I'm going to get rid of, no, we're going to keep this here actually, just for now. Yeah, so this is DERO making lower highs, and on the weekly price chart, not bad, not bad, not bad, but it looks like it's still posy, getting rejected by this 20-week moving average now. First by the body, then by the wick. I think we're going further down. It's just the sense I'm getting. All right, that's DERO price chart against BTC. Until next time, wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Goodbye.